All right, ladies and gentlemen, good day to you. I am Professor Brenton J. Boyce. I am your professor for this semester. The class is Courtroom Testimony. The course number is CRJS260 001. This is fall 2020, of course. Credit out. It's a 3 credit hour class. Even though we're online, our time to meet is going to be our Zoom meetings are going to be Thursdays at 6 p.m. So I'm making us a Thursday night class. Instructor information, of course, I'm Brenton J. Boyce. A little bit of information about myself. I attended North Carolina A&T. I arrived on campus in fall of '99. Graduated in spring of 2003 with a degree in general economics. From there, set out a year, worked for a small firm as a runner or like an intern. Then started law school in the fall of 2004. Eventually graduated in May of 2007 with my Juris Doctor degree. Then took my bar exam, passed it the first time, and became licensed to practice law in September of 2007. From there, I came back to Greensboro to the firm that actually hired me or had me working as an intern. Worked there for a little bit, and ended up transitioning into the public defender's office in I think April of 2008. Worked there for about not quite 4.5 years. Left there in August of 2012 to pursue a job or to take a job as an associate attorney at a small private firm in Charlotte, North Carolina. Did that for a year, learned a little bit. I realized, hey, I could do this for myself, so I decided to open my own firm. I moved back to Greensboro and opened my own firm, and that firm is where I'm sitting now. The law offices of Brenton J. Boyce has been open since September of 2013, and I haven't looked back since. So practicing law here. Actually, in 2012, while I was still a public defender, I was able to get a second gig, a little second job, not a little second job, but a second job that's been more fulfilling than anything, and that is teaching at A&T. So I started teaching at A&T in January of 2012, that spring semester 2012, and I've been doing it ever since. I think I took a semester off when I was in Charlotte, but once I moved back here, got my job right back, kept it moving, and kept getting more and more responsibility. But I definitely love teaching and providing guidance for Aggies as you embark upon your education and your careers. So my contact information. My physical office is in 218 Gibbs Hall room 218. I did put the department phone number in the syllabus, but I mean, it's pretty much going to be a ghost town because most employees are actually what do you call it, working remotely. So what I gave you is my law office number. It is in the syllabus, and my mobile number, my law office mobile number, so I can be reached. You can text me on that mobile number, but it's in the syllabus. So please, and also this is the syllabus. Print it out or make it readily available. Look at it for a class. I promise you, we're gonna follow it. Literally, I've designed it, so all we gotta do is follow the syllabus. I made it easy peasy. I also put my email address, the campus email address, so you can email me there. I left my law office email address as well, but I'd rather you reach out to me on the campus email address because both of them come to my phone. Of course, even though I'm teaching all online classes, I've still decided to make myself available physically. So my physical office hours, where I will be in 218, room 218 in Gibbs Hall, will be Monday through Thursday from 4 p.m. to 6 p.m. Now, Monday through Thursday, I'm doing Zoom classes or Zoom sessions at 6 p.m. for my classes. So I got a Monday Zoom, a Tuesday Zoom, Wednesday Zoom, and Thursday Zoom. So essentially, a couple hours before I start those Zooms at 6, I'm going to be in my office. That's probably where I'll do my Zooms from anyway. So I'll be available. And if I'm not there right at those times, I'm probably caught up here or ripping and running. Like I said, you have my mobile line. You can text me or call that number. I prefer you text. So text me, and I can be readily available quickly if I'm not there right when I'm scheduled to be. So just be patient with me. We're all humans, right? So course prerequisites, CRJS 100 and CRJS 200. Course description. This course examines the legal requirement of cross-examination for criminal investigators. It examines the critical role of technical language and testimony. It examines the various theories used by both prosecution and defense litigants and how witness testimony is used to further those theories. The objective of this course is to improve oral communications in courtroom settings. All right. So this is courtroom testimony. So we're going to be talking about courtroom communication, and I'm also going to infuse some rules of evidence so you know, as a future law enforcement officer or anyone that's going to be testifying in court, because some of you want to go into forensics, some of you want to go into law enforcement, probation, even if you're going to be some type of juvenile counselor or someone that maybe have to come to court. It's good to know kind of what the rules are, kind of what you can and can't say, and the questions, the types of questions that are going to be asked, and how you're used as a witness. So that's what we're talking about. So witnesses are, and we'll go through it, but witnesses are essentially tools to use to tell a story. An attorney has a theory or a story to tell, but he can't tell it himself. He has to tell it through witnesses. And how he or she questions witnesses. So we're going to talk about that witness communication, the type of questions you're going to get, and then just preparing to come to court. And then some of you guys want to be lawyers, so you'll learn that stuff too. You learn some. It's interesting. It's going to be an interesting class. It's way more interesting when we're teaching it in person, but of course we have to adjust because this is the new normal. But what are the student learning objectives? Students will demonstrate a knowledge of the Sixth Amendment of the United States Constitution and the legal requirement of confronting witnesses and evidence. Students will demonstrate a knowledge of the Sixth Amendment of the United States Constitution and the legal right to compulsory process for obtaining witnesses. Students will be able to describe and explain the order of trial and the roles of the courtroom working group. Students will be able to describe the role of witnesses, types of witnesses, the value of witnesses' testimony, and the limitations on preparing witnesses in criminal trials. Students will examine the behavioral characteristics of witnesses and demeanor evidence. Students will be able to explain the use of technical language in witness testimony. Students will be able to explain the process and procedure for the qualifications of expert witnesses. Students will be able to discuss the legal requirements for cross-examination of crime scene investigators. So we'll be going through. We'll have a couple cases you're going to have to read. I'll post those for you. Students will be able to explain the relationship between witness testimony, the introduction of evidence on the record, and the chain of custody. We're also going to learn about some evidentiary rules, hearsay, and confrontation. Students will also be able to define the best evidence rule. So those are some of the objectives. Those are some of the things we're going to hit on this semester. So the required textbooks and materials. Now the required text is not a very big book. It's like 100-something pages, but it is this book, Winning Courtroom Testimony for Law Enforcement Officers. The Law, Art, and Science of Effective Court Communication by Matthew Medina. And this is the only edition of this book. This is it. This little thin book. But we're going to go through it chapter by chapter. Then after that, I'm going to add some stuff, some little icing to the cake. So we're going to put together a good body of learning, and it should be interesting. Other required materials are computer and internet access. So of course it's an online class, so you got to be able to get on Blackboard and get on Zoom. Suggested but not required materials, of course, the federal rules of evidence. If you ever want to pull that up, you can probably Google that and pick that and pull that up. United States Constitution, same thing. Black's Law Dictionary, in case there are things that we talk about that you don't understand or want clarity on or need to define some words, and Normal Dictionary. Okay, those are just suggested. Assignments and grading. The grading allocate, of course, we are on a plus-minus grading scale, and that grading scale is in the syllabus. Grading allocation. Course grades are based on weighted grading on a weighted grading scale of 100%. Grading in this class this semester consists of synchronous learning attendance or Zoom attendance. So I'm going to be taking attendance at the Zoom, so that counts. Classroom discussion board participation. So we're going to have four discussion boards. Your participation in each counts for a certain amount. We'll talk about that. We're going to have 3 quizzes. So over the semester, so this book is kind of cordoned off into sections. So there are 3 sections that talk about 3 different things. So as we move chapter to chapter, when we get to the end of a section or that body of chapters that makes up a section, there's going to be a quiz shortly thereafter. So we got 3 quizzes, and then we have a final exam. The breakdown for the courses of the grading for the courses as follows. The Zoom attendance is going to be 10% of your grade. So let me see how many Zooms we have. We have exactly 10 Zooms in this class. So what that means is each Zoom counts for 1% of your grade. So if you show up for 8 Zooms, that's 8. You got 8 out of 10. So you got 8. That's 8% going towards your grade, which isn't bad. It's better to have 10, but it's not bad. So being at those Zooms is important. Then we have discussion boards. We have 4 discussion boards. Each is worth 5 points. So that's a total of 20%. So each discussion board is going to ask a set of questions. Now, this first discussion board is up tonight. It's just your personal introduction. I just want to know who you are. So please respond to that and get your first 5 points. But the other discussion boards are going to be placed periodically throughout the semester. And normally, I think I'm going to do them at the end of sections. So not only are we doing quizzes, but I want to say at the end of sections, we're also doing discussion boards. Let me see. Yeah, so matter of fact, right, what's that? The 19th to 21st. So we're meeting every Thursday. So every Friday I'm dropping new information. I'll talk about that schedule as well. So let me see. So the discussion board would go up on a Thursday. I'm sorry. So the quiz would be up and available on Fridays, and of course you'll have through the weekend, probably through Tuesday or so, Tuesday or Wednesday or Tuesday as a deadline. So you have a couple days to do the quiz, a few days to do the quiz, and then that following Thursday, the discussion board will be posted where I just ask you a question about subject matter or something. It'll probably be something hypothetical, real life hypothetical or case. I just want you to talk about what we learned and how it applies to that case. So usually no more than 5 questions. Just give me an answer. That's a discussion board, and that's how you earn 5 points. So all you have to do is indulge me and do your best, try and answer the question, and you'll get 5 points for your discussion board. So you got 4. You got the one tonight, which is the personal introduction, and then you have the other 3. Then you have 3 quizzes. Each quiz has 10 questions and is worth 10 points. So you got 3 of those. That's 30 points. So right now you got 10 for Zoom attendance, 20 for the discussion boards, and 30 for all 3 quizzes. That is 60. The only thing you have left is the final exam, and it is 40%. So 40 questions, 40%. So on the final exam, there's going to be 1 extra credit question that can give you a bonus of 5 points. I don't have extra credit questions on my quizzes, but I do have extra credit questions on my final exams. And my quizzes are pretty easy. I'm gonna tell you why. Because you have a textbook, so it's very important that you get this textbook, because at the end of every chapter, there's like a review section and some questions, some true or false, and some multiple choice questions at the end of every chapter actually of the textbook. As a matter, then you flip the textbook upside down as you're reading, as you're looking at those questions, and it actually gives you the answer. That is my test bank. So as long as you got the book and you're going through and you're following me, you don't have to be a rocket scientist. You should get 100%. There's no reason you should miss anything on my quizzes. Now my exam's a little bit harder. Because of course there's by the time we get to the exam, that's cumulative. I'm going to include some stuff that's not in the book, because we're gonna be talking about case stuff and other stuff outside the book. But I'm going to provide you the reading for that. So you gotta fend for yourself on some of those questions. But just follow me. I'm gonna, like I said, I'm gonna post a YouTube lecture or a YouTube recording of my lectures, so you'll hear it from me. And the book's not even 100 pages, so read the book. When I post the cases or post something for you to read or give you a lecture on something, just listen, read it, and listen. You might learn something. So that's the grade allocation. After the grade allocation, of course, attendance and participation. Title IX, let me talk about this. We're not in person, but I just want you to know my Title IX policy is if anything happens to you, you're sexually assaulted or someone threatens you or makes you feel unsafe, and you tell me, I'm telling law enforcement. I'm not holding on to that information. That's the only based upon how they treated things on this campus and worldwide. The best thing to do is report it to the police if you've been told about it. In my position, so they say sometimes you don't. If the person doesn't want you to tell, you shouldn't. But no, I'm telling because I don't want to come back and say, well, Boyce didn't report it to the authorities in their proper manner or as soon as possible. But I'm doing that. So you don't have to worry about that. So if you have any complaints, you bring them to me. If you don't want it told to the police, don't tell me because I'm gonna tell them. Just keeping it real. So I'm here to protect you guys. And if you feel that you're unsafe or that someone is is harassing you, you let me know, and we're gonna tell the police. So that's my Title IX policy. COVID-19 policy. That Rona. Don't nobody want that Rona. So the policy is, of course, I do have in-person office hours. If you come in the office, you must have a mask. If you come in any building on campus, the policy is you have to have a mask. I don't think you have to have a mask just to walk outside unless you're not socially distanced. You're close to somebody where you need to put a mask on. But if you're if you're definitely every building you walk in, you have a mask on, stay socially distanced, sanitize your hands. You won't be able to meet with me if you don't have a mask on. I'm not talking to you. The mask is like currency. You got to have it to talk to me. That's the pay. You got to pay to play, baby. But so you got to have a mask. Like I said, wash your hands. Do those hygienical things to keep yourself clean. If you do have symptoms, quarantine yourself. Let people know, or don't come around. And you can email me. Your business is, of course, is confidential. So that's the situation. But we shouldn't have quarantine issues because this is an online class. So even if you feel iffy about going out or feel some type of way, or you might be a little sick, you can still participate in class because you don't have to go anywhere to take my class. Let me see. All right, got other stuff in here as well. I'm just going through the major parts. Per the schedule, this is the only Wednesday where I'll ever be posting anything. So the way it's gonna go is let me see. On So on every Friday, I'm going to be posting something that you're supposed to learn. I'm going to be posting a lecture. So you're going to have a reading assignment that's given out on Friday. It doesn't mean, I'm not trying to take over your weekend, because you have from Friday until the following Thursday to do what you have to do, to look at my lecture and read. Every Thursday, the following Thursday after that Friday, so this week it will be the 21st, where I drop Chapter 1 and Chapter 2. Then we meet on the 27th. That's our first Zoom discussion where we'll talk about those things, and we'll also talk about the syllabus and any other questions. Then the following, then that next day after that Thursday, after that Zoom, I'm going to post the new stuff. So you're going to get new stuff on Fridays, and we're going to talk about the stuff you got on Friday the following Thursday. That's the pattern. So I want you guys to be accustomed. I'm not going to switch days where we do Zooms. Our Zooms are only on Thursday. Every Thursday at 6, you got 10 of them. Try to be at as many of them as you can so you can get the highest grade you can. That's how it works. So we're going to go through. Friday you get new stuff. Thursday we talk about it. We meet. Our Zoom meetings won't be very long. Like I said, this is not the subject matter of this course isn't super hard or super intricate. So we can talk about it. My lectures won't be that long for anything, especially when I break it up chapter by chapter. Some of my lectures might be 30 minutes tops. But when we talk on Zoom, we have questions. I might throw some hypotheticals out there, talk about some stuff. We'll have some questions, and the discussion boards are going to be very important because some of the principles I talk about in communication, I might post a YouTube video, get you to look at something, and then get you to critique. What do you feel? What do you think about this person's court demeanor and how they spoke? You know what I mean? Just stuff like that. Just practical application, just to get you guys going. So that's how our discussion boards are going to be. So like I said, Friday, I give you something. Thursday, you show up, we talk about it. Our discussion boards are going to be, besides this first one, our discussion boards will also be on Thursdays as well. So let me see. I got a Zoom discussion. So on days that we have discussion boards, we do not have Zooms. So pay attention to the syllabus. That's going to let you know when we have a Zoom and when we don't. So I'll post. So on the 17th, we have discussion board 2. Then we don't have another discussion board until Thursday, October the 8th. Then let me see. Flow through. We got quiz 1. So the quizzes are always going to be given on Friday. They're going to be posted on Friday. It doesn't mean you have to do it on Friday, but it'll be up on Friday. And I think the way I'm going to do it, it'll be up. It'll go up on Friday and be up until Monday at midnight. So you have like three days to get a quiz. There's 10 questions. Just jump in and do it. Get it done, please. Don't drag. Okay, please make this semester smooth, please. Please. So don't make me have to bug you, okay? So then we're gonna move through. Then once we move through the textbook, then there are gonna be a couple of sessions where we talk about stuff outside the textbook. I'm gonna provide case reading for you guys. We're gonna talk about a couple cases: the Melendez-Diaz case and Crawford case. Then that's going to be on Friday. Then we're gonna Zoom that following week, talk about it. Then we're also going to talk about another case. We'll talk about scientific evidence and the standard for scientific testimony and expert testimony and the scientific evidence. Then we'll meet again on November 12th at a Zoom discussion. And we'll do a cumulative course review. My plan for this class is to post the final exam Friday the 19th. So it'll be up Friday the 19th. I'm sorry. We have a Zoom on Thursday. Friday the 20th is when I'll post it. So the reason I'm posting it early is because classes are the campus is going to be shut down on the 24th. So that Tuesday right before Thanksgiving, campus is closed. So you guys got to leave for the semester. I know that's a lot going on. I don't want to leave you guys in a situation where when you're trying to do that, you're worried about coming, exam week and all that stuff. So I'm just giving you an opportunity to take the exam before right there at the end of the semester, so you don't have to worry about being in the middle of your, essentially December, because the exams per the exam schedule, because I've chosen my online class time to be on this class Thursday night. Our exam day per the university would be December 10th. So you have to wait. You have to all the way in December 10th. You still be taking exams. So and of course the university mandates that I still provide the exam during that time. So that I'm going to do that. But I'm just giving you guys the option, because we'll be done with class on the 24th. I'm posting the exam on the 20th, so you can get it done in that window of time and be done with this class. So that's what it is. So look forward to teaching you guys. Hope I was understandable. We're gonna have fun this semester. We're gonna take it seriously, but we're not gonna take ourselves too seriously. But we're gonna take the subject matter seriously, have fun as well. So you guys be good. Print this out or make it readily available. Look at it because there are gonna be some questions you ask me, and I'm gonna ask you, did you look at the syllabus? Because the syllabus is what it is. Okay. So you guys be good. Take care.